Hmm. Do 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 do. Uh, right, so that's ready for in a minute. Just trying to set things up, which is what I should have done earlier, but I was in town earlier, but how's it going, everyone? Right, there we go. Just make all that disappear. Let me just quickly do the Instagram. Go live. So, how's it going, everyone? What we're going to be doing tonight is working on the big review of H2O, because I've got less than 5 days to get it done, and I needed to also stream today, so I thought, why not just do both? And then I can condense some of it into a TikTok, Instagram, Reel, YouTube thing, and you get to see my process as well. We'll move on to that in a little bit. Just give you guys a chance, as per usual doozle, in the first 10 minutes to jump in, so you don't miss out on the voyage. How's it going? Hope everyone's having a lovely evening. It's very this Thursday. So what we're gonna do is do a cheeky bit of this, and then in a bit jump on and play a game. Don't know what I want to play yet, but we'll play a game. First 2-3 hours, it's just going to be me rendering this illustration, figuring out things, doing line work, corrections. That is what the first half is going to be about. And then the second half, as I was just on about, it's just going to be me chilling, playing a game. Like, I am going to work out my schedule, because I want to include me working on a drawing per week, me working and playing games as well, and I also maybe want to do some form of D&D campaign on stream, but it'll be very fun, very like la-di-da. That one needs a bit more prep though, and be a ton of fun, so yeah. So, I had to go into town today to get my Halo Dados. That's what happens when you only get the amount that you need for like 2 months worth in the Fostier. Yeah. The intro, like, when I work on a drawing when I'm live, it's a bit hard, because I kind of just tend to zone out when I'm working on something in particular. So I'm going to open up the H2O wiki so we can have a little chat about H2O in general. Give me a sec. H2O Trying to find the. There we go. Overview. I was trying to find the wiki, man. Doo, doo. Doo. There it is. Right. As we're very close to the 10-minute mark, let me have another sip of my drink, my water. My water daughter. Why do I make things rhyme on purpose? I've realised this. I only ever do it when I'm live. But I kinda like it. But yeah. So, hello, hello, hello. I hope your stars are shining in the night sky this Thursday afternoon. We are back upon the SST, as per usual doozle, voyaging around in our Milky Way. As usual doozle, we are back doing art tonight. Has been quite a while since I've done art on a stream, but since, as I was on about earlier, if you've been here since the start, you'd know I need to get this thing done. Because I've got the write-up done, I just need to get the art done. So, I want to see if I can make a specific thing for clip, because the display capture's good and all, but I like you guys only being able to see clips. So let me mess about with OBS, or if anyone does know how and you're in chat, I'd appreciate the help. I know it's a game capture that I need. Wait, is it a game capture or would it be a... It wouldn't be a display capture. Would it be a... media source? No, it wouldn't be a media source. Would it be window capture? Let me try it this way. Ah, yeah, it is. Found it. Right. There we go. And lock that in. Right. Let me just pop back over into clip. Change the category. Let me just turn down the jazz so it's not as loud. Even though it's probably quiet anyway. There we go. I'll turn it back up when I need to go BRB, but it will just make this next bit a lot easier for me. So right. H2O time, baby. Alright. Basically, the main three girls with the necklaces, as you can see, are. Let me pull up the character thingy bobs. The girl in the middle is Ricky. Ricky. And then the girl to her left, the one with the ice, is Emma. And then the girl to her right is Cleo. Cleo. Up to your fucking things again, Cleo. The girl with the staff is Isabel. Isabel is a replacement for Cleo in season 3 because at the end of season 2, Cleo goes off to America to study when they are pretty much nearly done with high school. And then the girl over here, who needs her dress to be sorted, is Charlotte, who is a bit more of an antagonist to our main three because she is the antagonist in season 2. And this show is mostly like a slice of life with bits of supernatural mermaid lore. Like the lore and like the powers aren't like a main thing. It's the situations of, oh, I gotta like wash up my like the dishes after dinner. I can't touch water. So she like very carefully got like long like that's Cleo. Like Cleo when she washes up has like these gloves that go down to literally like nearly her elbow, like ballroom gloves in bright pink. It's quite funny. Like, or like, oh, I need to have a shower because I'm dirty. Oh shit, I can't touch water. Being Ricky in a early episode, like season 1, the antics of shit. I've got to do regular things that involve water. Like for example, Ricky has like this big yearly pool party. It's their Australian night, and she can't really host it, like get in the pool with her friends that aren't like the main two girls because they're not friends from the start. So as like season 1 goes on, the main trio is made, and it's quite funny seeing them go from like basically strangers who all accidentally became mermaids to, oh shit, we share the secret. What do we do with it? How do we keep like from becoming science experiments? Which is pretty much the end of season 1. They have to basically give up their powers to stop a scientist from going, oh shit, we got found out. What the fuck are we supposed to do? While I'm ranting about season 1, I'm just gonna work on Charlotte over here. Let's turn those off, turn the background off, turn Isabel off as well. Just gonna zoom in. I need to clean that up as well. Keep her on, but I'm gonna lower the opacity of the folder so I can figure out where the sleeve of this one's supposed to go. Just so it makes it easier on me. Right. Back to going on a rant about season 1. Right. At the end of season 1, as I was going on about, they give up their powers during a full moon. That's the thing, like, they gain their powers during the full moons. Like, in universe, they call it the Mako moons because of this reason. which I I find it quite funny because it's like full moon equal Mako moon. Right. I could just copy. Yeah, I could copy and paste that sleeve over. Since I have the main direction of where it's going now, if I grab this one, right. This is what I meant. Like, I could be going on a tangent and then like completely zone out because I'm working on something. It happens every time. Anyway, it's the reason I had to open up the wiki because I knew if I opened up my review, because my review is more character based because that is what the show is. It's more character based and drama based. They're always like more character based. This show, so that's what I decided to do review wise. Instead of talking about the main story or the drama. Right. Doo doo. Season 2. At the start of season 2, our main three gal pals and Mr. Lewis Lewis, who is a bit of like the only male character who has importance in season 1. There are like an other 2 or 3 male characters, like the dads and stuff, but like there's also like a quote unquote bully male who does eventually fall in love with one of the girls and discovers that they're mermaids. That's a whole fucking side plot for season 2. But I love how this girl's main interactions with the main cast is, oh yeah, I'm gonna follow you to Mako Island. Mako Island being where the moon pool is, which is what turns them into mermaids. And then also there we go. I wonder what was going on. And turn those 2 layers off. Select the draft. Okay, a couple. Oh, right. Season 2. Right. Is that's the thing, like the end of the series. She kind of loses her tail forever, which is a whole thing. That's the thing, like when she was a mermaid, she pretty much was the strongest because she had all of the girls' original powers, plus the upgrades that they got in season 2. So she was, when she was a villain, quite strong to have to play against because of that. So they did, and that's the thing. Like when Cleo was kind of falling for Lewis, and then like Lewis was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go with the new like girl because she's popular, and I want to give being popular a try because I've never been popular, but she likes me." And there's like a proper love triangle going on between them, so it's quite funny. And like because Lewis knows about the mermaids, he's the one that ends up being like the one that trains her into becoming an OP mermaid. So it's even funnier when the girls discover that she is a mermaid, and Lewis just being like, "Oh yeah, I've known like the entire time, bitches, and I'm the one that basically helped her become like a fucking god while they were making out behind the local hangout spot, which is basically like Ernie's Juice Bar, but make it Australian." The thing is, I absolutely love watching this show. It was an absolute fucking blast to watch. I fucking loved it. Like, it was like one of those shows where you just turn off your brain and enjoy the content. But like in her regular everyday clothes, she wears like a lot of red and gold. So in my version of the character's design, the thing is, I'm kind of pulling from a reference for this dress, but also a dress that I've done in the past for Draw This in Your Style, because I love the design. And it felt like it fit her, like, Mean Girl-esque thing that she has going on. Also, like, it shows her elegance as well, because, like, when she's not being an absolute, uh, manipulating type of like basically doing whatever she must to get what she wants type character, which I love. Those types of characters are always interesting to watch because you never know what their plan is or what they're gonna do. Like for example, what's the name of the shapeshifter in She-Ra? That dude. They were an absolute riot as well. It'll come to me eventually. Doo doo doo. Hmm. But yeah, season 3 is when it gets a bit wild because like they're basically coming to the end of high school. So they're like is it graduation, prom? Basically like they're coming to the end of year 11 or whatever it is over there in the land of kangaroos. And are like also owning a business called Ricky's Place. Like season 3 is an absolute mess in my opinion because it's like one, they replaced the main trio with Charlotte. We'll talk about that when we get to her. But basically, and they also changed the song, the intro song, because the original song was such a fucking bop. Like, I have to admit, most of the music in this show is an absolute fucking bop, man. Like, you'll end up just forgetting what's going on and shutting your brain off and just enjoying yourself. That's why I'm looking forward to reviewing this show this month. Next month, I am reviewing season 1 of The Owl House. I know I've already done it, for those that have been like following me for quite a while. But for one, I know I can do better art-wise, and two, there's a ton more that's happened. I only really watched like the first half of season 1 when I did that review, so I never truly knew what was going on. But it also means after I re-review season 1, I can do seasons 2 and 3, which are an absolute fucking riot, and I loved them. It's like season 1 was like the slow burn entry point to the series. Like, I love the Golden Guard. I love Bellows. Bellows is just top tier villain. He's up there. But I'm not gonna get into an Owl House rant because we're supposed to be ranting about H2O, but there's not really that much to talk about when it comes to H2O because it's mermaids. If you ever watched like a slice of life anime, it's basically a slice of life anime with mermaids. I feel like there is already one like that, but essentially it's a slice of life with mermaids, with drama, love triangles. This show could have just been an anime. I feel like you could easily make an anime version of H2O and get away with it very easily because it feels like that half the time. The other half of the time, it feels like another like 2000, early 2000s, like belongs on Disney Channel type drama, and I love it. Like Wizards is one of those shows I have wanted to review for quite a while, but it's like, how do I do it? Do I just review every season because there's 5 seasons, or do I just review it as a whole and do like a character based thing, like I did with Love and the Mask, I did with Pretty Guardian, and I'm doing with this. It's like I have like the two reviewing styles where I'll review the entire thing season by season and go into the nitty gritty, or just do character based reviews for shows that are solely carried by their characters and their cast. Like Wizards is another one like this where it is a slice of life, but there is magic. But it gets fucking really insane really fast. So I feel like that one would have to be an individual season type review because I feel like that would be a lot more fun for me because I watched every season. Uh, growing up, I will admit to that. The show was fucking dope, and I feel like I have a lot more to say about Wizards than I do about H2O. Even though I watched every season recently, like I rewatched it recently for the review, but I watched it in 2016 for the first time, and I fucking fell in love. But I was only just getting into the groove with reviewing, so I put it on the back burner for so long, and it also means I can slap some May tags on this, because we're still in May, slash magical May. I am trying to get that done, by the way. It's just life's getting in the way, but I have the next 4 days done. I probably will do the write up for day 14 or 15 tonight after the stream. So it's ready to go up tomorrow, like early tomorrow. Just because then we only have the last 2 weeks worth to do, and they can be happening during Pride. But just because it's going to be happening during Pride, I'm not going to forget to do some very Pride specific things. Like, I want to do an Endymion Pride special post. I want to do the Pride post. I want to do a lot for Pride. Personally, I want to do a lot for it because myself and friends are part of the acronym in certain ways. So, not everyone. Um, Right, that is our anti-hero mermaid done. Just gonna clean that up. Anything else that needs cleaning up while I've just got her? Ah, there we go. That is another one down. And that's the thing, like, most her arm goes behind Cleo, so that is the reason why I haven't, like, rendered in anything special for her to do, because I love the whole putting on a performance look, because that is what she mostly does, and I love it, because she is more of a manipulative playing, as I've already gone on about, and that's the reason why I love her so much, even if she does end up becoming a pure human again at the end of season 2. And that's the thing, like, it's one of those things. Right, let's get on to the siren from season 3. The Irish siren. This one we're gonna have to fully render, like extremely. Fuck's sake. So that's the reason I knew we're gonna be here for at least a little while, so we can talk about her again. Let me scroll up on the thing. The thing is, she is a siren because her main thing is being a singer when she's human, and when she is a mermaid, she has jelly like manipulation of water, but she also has siren esque abilities. It always felt like she had siren abilities, but it's never shown in universe. But it just feels like she does. Because every time she sings, she always attracts a crowd. Like every time, without doubt, she always gets like a really big crowd. So I'm gonna say she has siren powers because it makes like the big crowds that we always get in like the local hangout from her singing make more sense to me instead of, oh yeah, I'm pulling in a big crowd because I'm sexy. But that's the thing, she also has the mermaid thing going. So, and since none of the other girls are true sirens, like we do have some episodes in the early, like in season 1, where the girls do become sirens for an episode, but they don't like true become like, proper sirens and lure in men and hypnotize them with their song. This is what Isabel does. Like she gets the two main males, being Lewis and Will, which are the two main males that know about mermaids in season 3. She gets both of those swooning for them, even though they've already got girlfriends at this point. So it's like, to me, it always felt like she did. I'm going on a proper like a rant, and I'm trying to prove my point. But if you've watched the show, you know it. You can just tell that she is like some form of siren. Right. Apologize for the super zoom, but I need to render out the hair. That's the thing, like, compared to Cleo, she's not a muggy blonde, she's more of a pure blonde. So it's like, I'm gonna render out like I render out my gold with stuff like this. So always, like, pure blonde always feels like it's, like, goldy in a way to me, so. That's the thing, like, her ears are different because she's Irish. She is, like, Irish, she speaks in an Irish accent, and she does say a bit of dialect, Irish dialect every now and then. So that is the reason I gave her a separate type of ear compared to the main 3. And also, our quote unquote mean girl also has a different set of ears because she does get her powers from the same moon pool as the main three, but hers is during a different moon cycle. So to me, it just made sense to give her a separate set of ears and to not give any of the additional girls the necklaces. I will go into that in a mo. I just want to finish doing her hair because it only takes me like a couple minutes to do hair. I need to scroll back down again, don't I? Yes. Doo doo. I think everyone's enjoying this to admit, like, just me going on a rant and doing like. I was working on this earlier today as well. Like, I decided that I was just gonna smash this out today because it means then I can just reschedule the review on Instagram, like the Instagram side of it. But to do that, I need the art to be done, so it's like can't really do that until I get this done. But yeah, what I was saying a mo ago. Yes. Something that I do want to comment on is just H2O is like it really does feel like it was written as I keep going on about for that like early 2000s sitcom where it doesn't have a laugh track, but you can just tell there kind of is one, and there's like story plots that feel very early 2000s sitcom-y to me personally, but it doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the show. It kind of makes it more enjoyable to me because it feels recognizable, kind of, in a way. There's that. I'm gonna need to add a light highlight that goes down both sides when I do blonde hair. There we go. I need to rub out that bit that's going out of there. There we go. We can completely zoom back out again for a mo. I'm gonna try and not zoom as much, but if I do need to zoom, I will. I will give you guys like a minute to take in the fact that we are gonna zoom a doom, zoom in, because then it makes it easier for me to render. Like the next time I'll probably zoom in is to do the eyes. Nice. None of it's going out of the borderline. So that's all fine and dandy. Like the eyes and the mouth. Lock that. Turn that on. Oh, sweet. I unlocked that one already. Nice. Okay, I need to multi-layer rub out that. I probably need to turn this back off to be able to multi-rub out everything off. Like so. There But yeah. Another big thing that is important to like the little bit of lore we do get for H2O is that the moon pool is always turned select groups of young girls into mermaids. It's something that has happened for generations. And it's like we do get follow up with that in the next show, which is Mako Island, which is I have not watched Mako Island, so I could watch it next year for next year's Magical May review to finish the saga. But from what I know in original H2O is that the necklaces that you see on the original girls are important because they belonged to the group before them. And we do get to meet most of pretty much two members of the OG, not OG, but like the group before. And it's quite interesting because they're like older people now, so they've gained the experience that comes with age. That's the thing, they did not give up their mermaid powers. They just stopped being mermaids in public. And that's the thing, like the girls find the necklaces because one's dead and the other two hand them over to the girls and they realize that they are the next generation of mermaids. Because the necklaces somehow give them the ability to not always turn into a mermaid. Sometimes, when the plot requires them not to instantly turn into mermaid, they get that ability with the necklaces. But it's like situational. So I find it to be irritating because it's like you set the one rule, you keep to said rule with a world and world building because there isn't that much world building in H2, but I'm assuming it gets done in Mako Island. Because if not, that's like a total missed opportunity to set up the world building in the next gen of girls. Who continue the cycle of being Mako's defenders. Because that is what the girls mainly do. They protect Mako Island from people that want to research the magic and basically like turn it into a science project. That's what they mainly do. But also like they research it themselves, so they're quite contradicting. Because they let Lewis, who is like the first male to know that they're mermaids, about it, and they let him research it pretty much throughout the entire show. So it's like, pick the one side, guys. Come on. It's not that hard. That's the thing, like, basically, as I was on about earlier, season 1 ends with them giving up their powers to protect Mako from a scientist because the scientist figures out that they're mermaids and they want to research the magic of Mako to see why people got turned into mermaids. Which, to be honest, I was all up for. It could have been like a proper world-building explanation. But I also liked the fact... Oh, I am zooming in again, guys. So here's the warning. But yeah. That's the thing. Like, it's more of a contradictory world where they say the one thing, and then if the writers need it for a plot specific thing, they just go, fuck. It feels like an episode of Scooby-Doo. It feels a lot like Scooby-Doo in the way that they write plots. Like the OG Scooby-Doo, where if they need something specific for a plot, they'll just erase it from the world building and lore. Alright, let me get rid of that. We get those. Just gonna rub it up dub some color in, baby. Right. I need to multi-rub it up dub this off again. Right. And then lock the layer again. That's how it felt to... I'll get back into talking about the show now, instead of art things. But I guess that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna, like, for what's left of the art segment, is just be talking about my process, but also the show. Because it makes it easier on me, so I don't have to, like, stick with the one thing. Because if you've been around the block, right, let me block out the top and drag it down so it connects. Something that I do a lot in my fully render is put a piece of dark in two places and connect it with a straight line, because it makes it, in my opinion, look really good. Like, I love the look, but I know some artists, a lot of artists don't do it like this. It's like one of the things that I've enjoyed learning, like with drawing on Procreate for Magical Mate, is doing it like this to fully render something out. But then I'd also put the bit of light in, which is what I'm going to do next, but I need to zoom in again to do it. So I'm going to zoom. It's zoom time. And then lower pan, and then like so. I'll neaten the color in the middle up in a mo. Yeah, there we go. There's it mostly done. I just need to clean this bit up. Like so. So there's no little bits of blue. Because like I like to have a blue non-detailed background when I draw, because it's a color I don't use in a lot of my illustrations. Like for some specific characters I use the color blue, but that's like a very dark navy blue. And when I do those characters, I switch to a grey background. Pure white is one really agitating on my eyes. Joys of having eyes that are sensitive to light. And B, I personally only ever use the color for teeth. So I never see the reason in using it as a blank canvas color. Because it's only ever used, as you saw, as teeth. So it don't really work for me, personally. But right. Another big thing H2O wise. Well, I kind of like that. Like the very bright with the blonde looks very good. I do need to move around the layer though, because I know the clothes on top of the hair folder, and the hair should be on top of the clothes. So that needs to happen like that. Let me just do a little Google search real quick so I can check her main color. Because each girl has a main color. Like the original three are. See, the original three's main colors are red, yellow, and blue. Like the primary three colors. And then everyone's favorite mean girl wears a bit of everything in her everyday outfits to signify that she has the power of three as one. It's quite symbolic, and I fucking love the outfit design in the show. It's fucking like really lovely, and it doesn't look like, because they are teenagers in the show and they have got some older actors playing these younger characters, it doesn't look that sexualized because it's done right. It's one of my things that agitates the fucking life out of me when I watch a show, when you've got like a younger character and you've got like an older actor playing, because duh, it makes sense to have an older person like have the role because they might have experience in acting and they probably sell the part really well. But then like going on a total like rant, but do you know what? Fuck it. Because I know my food's nearly done, so I'm gonna have to go on a BRB, like the first, like one of the only true proper ones, the only proper one of the stream. Like I do have little ones every now and then when I will go grab a drink or use the loo, but yeah, something. Right, that's what I was doing. I was checking Irish girl's main color. That's what I was doing before I went on a fucking rant. So let me just open the wiki again to her specifically. I grab her name. And I open it up in a Google search. Slap H2O on the end so it doesn't give me the actress. Oh, her main color's also yellow. It's like a darker yellow. Yeah, I know. Knew it soon. Right, so her main color is like a really dark yellow. It's more on the goldy side than anything else. But yeah, I'm gonna go BRB for 15-20 minutes as per usual when I have my break. That's just because I've got to go eat, but then I'll be back and we're gonna jump back into rendering out the stress and rendering out the the Irish girl, and having a bit more of a discussion on just H2O and shows in general. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll turn up the jazz for you guys so you have something to listen to while I'm gone. Absolutely love this jazz album. But yeah, I'll be back soon. Get yourselves a snack, get a drink, use the loo if you need to, and I'll see you in a little bit. fun. No, I don't really need the toilet now. I'll use it later. Give me 1 second, guys. Well, there we go. I might change her color to be like dark blue or something. Because then we've got 2 blues. Because we've already got 2 reds. We have the single yellow. That's what I'm thinking. Let me just turn the jazz down a little bit more because it's. There we go. Yeah, some good food. Bit of chicken, some chips, some beans, proper British meal. Fucking divine. I do the old Instagram photo of it. Need to put that up. I'll probably go like a cheeky little BRB later to grab a drink and use the toilet because I didn't really need to do that since we're still quite. I've still got pretty much a full tanker and I'm not really needing a toilet at the minute, so that's the reason why. Do. It's a scam. Right. There we go. Right, so back to what I was talking about before I went to go have food, is the fact that one of my most favourite things about H2O is the fact that they don't over-sexualize the 14-year-olds. Like, the biggest, like, quote-unquote cisgendered thing that they do is kiss. But that is after, like, a big moment or to save a character. It's used sparingly, which also makes like the kisses and the romance part in season 2 feel a bit unearned compared to like season 1 where like Cleo's and what the hell's his name? Let me check the wiki. What the fuck's his name? Lewis, that's his fucking name. Cleo and Lewis's relationship in season 1, like towards the end of season 1, felt very earned because they'd been through quite a lot together. And the thing is, it wasn't even a romance, it was just feelings towards each other. Which made it even more enjoyable because it weren't like a forced romance, it was just a one-sided crush for quite a bit, and then at the end of the season when they lose their powers for the first time, then they quote unquote kiss, but it's one of those like things. And then season 2 comes out, and we have the love triangle between everyone's favorite Mean Girls ripoff and Cleo fighting for Lewis's affection. But that's the thing, like, Lewis should be in a serious relationship at this point with Cleo. But he feels like, because even though they're still swimming quite a lot, even though they don't have their mermaid powers anymore, they're excluding him from what they're doing, which makes him feel like he's not trusted, even though he is literally the only one outside of the girls to know that they're mermaids, besides Mean Girls ripoff. Yeah, I can't be asked to remember her name, so I'm just gonna call her fucking Mean Girl ripoff because it makes it easier, and I don't have to remember the name because names are hard. Cleo's is quite funny because it is literally a meme in the H2O community. Because I figured out there is one for H2O. And Cleo's name is a fucking great meme. If you know, you know, like, the legendary meme that is just saying, Cleo! in the Australian accent. I don't know why it's so funny, but it just is. If I could play a clip of H2O so you could hear that famous thing, I would, without me getting the stream taken down, I would, but I'm not gonna risk Nickelodeon getting on my ass because I want to show off a meme. I'd probably show you the meme, but I couldn't show you like where it originates from and stuff without getting in trouble. And on the bubble. And I'll do it on the double. Lynn got that put in my head earlier, so fuck you, Lynn. Checking out my Instagram DMs with Dollhouse, and I could see what you were doing, Lynn. Cheeky devil. So that's what you were up to the other night. It's nice to finally know what the fuck you were up to, because you were just laughing like a fucking mad lad over something. You even had fucking Izzy Pizy wonder what the fuck you were like laughing at. But now it makes a ton more sense. You're not getting off scot-free this time, bucko. You can't just do that to people, it's not fun. Anyway, back to talking about H2O, instead of the people that live inside my head, rent-free. I have a bit of a special stream that involves everyone that I have kind of been mentioning on and off for my birthday this year. You know, the regular stream where we do sing Sentai intros. But before that, particular thing, I have a very special like stream. But if you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say on that front. And then I gave her a weapon because it makes her feel unique compared to the other girls where they have their elemental powers. Fire, wind, and ice. It makes her also feel like she is like the odd one out as well. Basically being a siren as per usual, because she is. I'm not gonna go on the whole is she a siren rant again, but if you were here earlier, you know. The gold. And then grab the purple. Multi-layer rubber dubber. Rubber dubber dub. Rubber dubber dub dub. Just need to zoom in again, guys. There we go, like so. Like so. I'm not going to fully render out this thing because it's more of a background element than a main element, so that is the reason why. Compared to the other girls like elemental stuff, because in universe she does have her elemental like powers, but she rarely uses them compared to the other girls. For funny or like dire situations. So to me it just felt like, why did she have them if she was never going to use them? Type deal. Just trying to thicken up the lines as well. Makes it feel like more me. Because I prefer thick lines over thin lines for stuff. Do this entire section in black. It will just make the whole thing feel a lot more. Do 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 do. Gonna have to do apologize about any coughing you hear. It's just very like, one, it's hay fever season in the UK at the minute, and two, I'm asthmatic. So it's just a really shit combination. If you know how that feels, then my heart goes out, because it's a pain in the ass. You having a snack before you go out then? Right, let me do like little beast first. There's no bits of white or blue in this case. There we go. There we go. That is done. Like, I haven't really got anything else I want to work on stream. There's a couple things like next month's mecha and also the fact that the next time I do work on a thing on stream, it'll be next week, because I do want to work on next month's mecha, and I also want to do the first cookie run illustration for the next team. I've already picked out the cookie itself, but I need to come up with a couple concept sketches and stuff. But I might be doing the Endymion part of Magical May live over a couple streams. Maybe. That is something that I might be doing. But I'm going to switch over to playing a game now because I'm done. I might add a couple things post-stream, like a little flick of lighter effect in her ears, like hers, just to balance it out. A little. And add just a bit of gradient light and stuff. You'll see what it truly looks like in the review next week. This is what it looks like for now. I'm gonna stop the jazz. I'm gonna go into OBS and disable that.